Okay, alright guys, welcome to my very first PHP programming language tutorial. Uh, Before we get started into the code, first let's see what PHP stands for. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessed Language. It is one of the awesome open source languages available today. Because why we say 100% with that, you have all the functionality and you can see all the behind the scene behind the programming language. And beside that, this is scripting language. What does scripting language mean? In that it is a language that can be interpreted than being compiled. Okay, so PHP have got the phonics functionalities, and the other things are PHP can be embedded into different programming languages. It's not programming language actually; it's a scripting language, as I've said earlier. It can be embedded through HTML, and you can design a different dynamic website through it. Uh, Beside that, PHP runs on a different platform. Okay, for instance, you can run PHP through Linux, you can run PHP through Unix, or you can run PHP through a Windows machine. There are different websites, so many of them are so much dynamic, which were developed by PHP programming language. Among the one which is leading the market is Facebook. Facebook was developed by PHP programming language. Beside that, there is a site which is called Wikipedia. These Wikipedia sites have been developed through PHP, which use a backbone for that site, which is called a MediaWiki, which was already developed by PHP. And lastly, Yahoo was developed by PHP programming language. So PHP is so much powerful that it's able to design such kind of websites. Besides that, PHP is a server-side scripting language. What we mean by server-side scripting language that it is a programming language that sends requests and accept response from the server. So to use this functionality or to develop a site through a PHP, we're supposed to have some server. By this context, we're going to use some virtual server, which have the package or the functionality to be used as server, which is called a virtual server. It means so to use our tutorial, we're going to use some virtual server. We're going to need some softwares to use our tutorial at its efficiency. The first one is that you're supposed to have some text editor. I'm going to use Notepad++ here. The text editor that you are seeing right now, this text editor is called the Notepad++. You can simply download this site from a simple Google can help you to download this software. Okay, just go to google.com and look for Notepad++. Okay, Notepad++. Okay, here is my download here. So just go to this site and you can simply download the Notepad++ software from here. And the other thing that you're supposed to have some virtual mechanism to run your PHP code. The first thing that you're supposed to have some interpreter which is gonna interpret the PHP language. Okay, and you're supposed to have some database to communicate with. You're gonna need MySQL database. Okay, that I'm gonna use in my tutorial, or you can use any database that you are comfortable to use. Okay, and lastly, you're gonna need some server which is called Apache. Okay, so why we need this Apache server is that since our site is a server-side scripting language, there gotta be some mechanisms that will convert the request sent by the browser into a way that it is readable to the server. Okay, so we're gonna need this thing. But these days it's not necessary to install each and everything one by one. There is a software which is called XAMPP, which have got all these functionalities. Okay, there is also another software which is called WAMP. They are different. They don't have that much difference. They got such slightly different. Okay, but for this tutorial, throughout the tutorials, I'm going to use a software which is called XAMPP. Okay, to install XAMPP, a simple Google will help you. Since it is open source, you don't need to pay money to download XAMPP. Okay, just simple Google will solve the problem. Okay, then after if you download the XAMPP server, you're gonna have some software like this. Okay, I already installed XAMPP here. I already have the package. I already downloaded it here. So what you have to do is just install this software. Just do next, and then it will be solved. And when you install this software, you're gonna encounter or you're gonna get some control panel like this, which stands for XAMPP control panel. Okay, when I open my control panel here, I got almost 5 types of modules here. Among them, there is an Apache, there is a MySQL, there is a FileZilla, there is a Mercury, and Tomcat. For this tutorial, we're going to concern about only the Apache and the MySQL. To start your Apache server, what you have to do is just press the start button here and press MySQL start button here. Then both of your softwares are going to run out and you'll be free to go. Then I guess this will be the end for my first tutorial. I'm gonna show you how to create our very first Hello World program using PHP programming language on the next tutorial. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you very much.